Hello everyone, I'm Tech Bob and welcome to eTech Facebook Live Fridays. Apologies for the slight delay. Facebook wasn't wanting to cooperate. Let me make sure audio is good. Okay, looks like it. I'll keep an eye on the comments. But what we have for you today is a quick product review. What we have in front of you is the Chromebook toolkit that we are selling. We tested out probably 10 different toolkits that came with different pry tools, opening tools, screwdrivers, and this is what we ended up with because one, the quality is great, it's going to last for a long time. Versatility is great as well. It has everything you need to fix a Chromebook, and we're labeling it as a Chromebook repair toolkit, but this can definitely be used for phone repair. But it has more things geared towards the Chromebook repair side. So what I have in front right now is just a couple of them. The SKU is 130-10090. I'll try to put it up to the camera a little more. You can see that. Where is it? Get the focus. There we go. I think it's kind of showing up there, but if not, I'll try to put it in the comments as well. But I'm going to review this one that's already open today, so I'll push these back slightly. And what we did with this one, it actually has our logo engraved on it. It comes standard with Jacome, which is the brand, and then the model number of the toolkit, because Jacome or Jacome, I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it, they have a lot of different toolkits that do different things. But what we did was take the little metal plate off, cleaned off the adhesive on the backside, and just took our fiber laser. I think we used the Z1 for this one, and just engraved that. So the way it works is it's a magnetic enclosure, so you just pop it off, it has these magnets in the corner. What you see at first glance is a screwdriver and a bunch of different bits. The screwdriver, that's the first thing that I noticed in terms of quality that was good. To me, I like a driver with some weight to it that doesn't feel like it's hollow. It just feels more secure in your hand, and that gives it a little bit better of a balance to it. We also engraved this one with our logo, which you can do that as well. You can pretty much engrave any tool, but this flat side, anywhere flat makes for the best engraving, so we did that on this side right here. The other side you'll see there, it says Jacome or Jacome again. The bits fit well inside of the driver. They are magnetic, or there's a magnet built into the driver. And what we do with drivers that have the magnet built in, we'll insert and remove a bit probably 50 to 100 times to make sure that magnet is really in there, because with some cheaper variants of tools, what you'll find is that magnet will eventually pop out. I haven't had that happen, and this is the one I've been testing on my bench, and I have two of our other technicians using these as well for Chromebooks, and they've only had great things to say about it. And what you'll see is there's all kinds of different bits here. As I mentioned, it's great for Chromebook repair because, or really Chromebook / laptop repair. Sometimes you'll run into those weird Torx bits or security bits, the bigger penalobes, anything like that. That is all in here. So not only do you have this top layer, top tray that has all the bits in it, but if you flip it over, you have an additional set of bits back here. So all your Phillips, flathead, Phillips goes even up to, I believe, PH1. This one. Yeah, this is PH1. You have even like the flat-headed, or not flat-headed, but more of a level-headed Phillips right there. This right here is that cross-point Phillips that's in there, so this is great for removing standoffs, so you don't have to use just a flathead. You can use this that securely grabs it. But again, you have all your bits here, and we have the full bit list on our website. It's on one of the images if you're curious on exactly what bits come with it, but it has everything you would need to fix, I would say, the majority of electronic devices. You don't have to specify it to just one or the other, but as I mentioned, we're selling it for more on the Chromebook side because not only do you have a lot of the bigger bits, which help you for more of those larger electronic devices, but you also have some tools on the back side here, which I'll go over next. So put that to the side. And the cool thing too here, this has kind of a dual purpose. So obviously it's a lid for the toolkit, but it also has kind of a separation here. You can use this as an organization tray. Say you are taking apart a Chromebook and you want to keep all your like LCD screws over here, your bottom housing screws here, keyboard here, you can separate them that way. So it's an organization tool as well. Now on this side, we have a couple things going on. So I'm going to start on my left-hand side and work my way to the right. It does come with a small magnetizer. Now, as I mentioned, the screwdriver handle does come with a magnet built in, but sometimes that magnetism isn't as strong as what you need to pick up a screw or maneuver a screw. So what you can do is use this magnetizer, just take it, rotate it a couple times on the magnetized side, and it's good to go to pick up screws. It has a demagnetized side, which isn't commonly used, but I guess if magnetism is interfering with what you're putting into a screw you're putting into a device, then you can demagnetize it. So that's this right here, pretty straightforward. It does come with two opening tools. These are great for separating thin plastic bezels or housings, you know, those little clips that are in there you can hook in and pop off. And they are double-ended, so they do last a little bit longer, so it's not just one end that goes down and you have to replace it. And the cool thing is these are pretty common. We have a variation of these that fit in here as well. So say these do go down, you can always replace them with other ones so you can keep the toolkit complete. It does come with a blade. You typically don't use a blade a whole lot in repair unless you're cutting adhesive. This can help if you're cutting new adhesive for putting it back onto around the LCD bezel to make sure that stays flush. Down here, we have adapters for the driver handle. So this actually allows you to use the standard 1/4-inch bits that you use in like most drills or like impact drivers. So you can do more. The only thing is this is a smaller screwdriver, so it's not meant to provide a whole lot of torque. But say you're building a PC or something like that, you can easily take this. If one of these other Phillips bits don't work, insert this in the driver, and then you can go 1/4-inch there, and it gives you a bigger capability for screwdrivers. So, and then what you can do, it has basically a reducer, so it takes it back down to, I believe it's 8 size, so you can put, it's kind of an extension. I'll take that, and then I'll put one of these bits in there. So you've got that right there. And even then, with this extension kind of setup, it's still a pretty solid driver. I've probably owned well over 50 brands of screwdrivers since I've been in the industry, and this is one that has my respect because of the quality of the build. And that's the main reason I would buy a screwdriver, is I know it's not made cheaply and it's going to last, and I truly believe that for this toolkit. So that's the driver. I'll put it back in there. I'll put my bit back. Then moving over, you do get a pair of pointed tweezers, which pointed tweezers are great for any repair really, but if you're dealing with those little ZIF connectors, you need to pop a little gate, that's great. This is great for that. Or say you're maneuvering a flex cable or have to slide it back into one of those ZIF connectors. These are great. And again, they're pretty good quality tweezers. With tweezers, we always check to make sure the tips do line up, because if they don't line up, you're not really grabbing the way they're intended to. So those are your tweezers. And then the final tool in here is your opener tool. So this one, think of it as like an upgraded Isesimo. So you have this end that has that similar shape, and there's another tool out there that's similar to this. So this is good for starting that opening process. And then the other end has more of a flat end. So there's actually two versions of common tools that you've probably seen. Again, each has its kind of own use case. If it's a wider clip you're trying to get into, this will usually help. If it's something flat like an iPad Digi you're trying to open, you can get in there. And as far as the thinness of these, I think it's a pretty good thickness or thinness, I guess. If you ever have dealt with a metal opening tool and you've had a hard time getting it into the device, it's usually because the metal's too thick. Sometimes that's by design, so it lasts longer, but you can't get into the device easily. And say you're not replacing the screen, you're just trying to open it, that can cause cracks. This thinness of the metal helps with preventing that. So again, great versatile opening tool. And again, it has these covers that just pop on the sides. Sure I'm putting this on the right way. Oh, there we go. And this toolkit, if you notice as I took it apart, everything has its place. So if you don't put everything back the way it's supposed to be, it might have an issue with sealing. But in this case, like the screwdriver, you want to make sure that it does sit flat in this little tray. This tray goes in here, and again, it only goes one way. So if I put the tray this way, you'll feel it doesn't quite sit right in there. So you do have to make sure it goes in the correct. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot one more tool before I finish this up. Guitar picks are opening picks, and they're the type of picks where it's really thin. So these are great for opening iPads or bezels. Like say a Chromebook, you're separating that bezel on the side, and you don't want to use a metal tool in fear of like scratching something or damaging the LCD. These will get in there just fine. It comes with a total of, I believe, 5, so that's maybe 4. Or actually, it's 3 of them. They just seem thicker. So it comes with 3 total picks. These should last a while. And the cool thing is they have different kind of shapes on each side. So again, if you need a wider insertion point or thinner, you have that with this. Put these back in here. I think it does help if you put one at a time. And they clip in there pretty well, so they don't come loose or anything. So you see they're all popped in. Put my driver back in there. And then you'll see once everything goes in the way it's supposed to, it all kind of clips into place. And again, not too big as far as the toolkit goes. It's probably 8 inches by 4 inches, if I had to guess, and maybe 2 inches high. So this is an easy thing. Say you're doing mobile repairs to throw in a bag or in your like toolkit with your other stuff. Again, it has everything you need to complete most repairs. I know there's other tool rolls and things out there. We've been trying to get away from the roll things because we just found that the quality isn't the greatest. So something hard case like this definitely does better. But as I mentioned, we have them. We have plenty available. As an additional incentive, if you purchase between now and Monday, you actually get $5 off the kit. So this normally retails for $29.99. If you purchase it from now until Monday, you get it for $24.99. So if you've been looking for a universal toolkit or something to repair larger devices like Chromebooks or just an addition to your current tool lineup, check this one out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I don't recommend tools unless I use them myself and I back them. And all the tools that I've shown here on our channel, they're on my desk right now in one way or another. Like I know I've shown these before, the tool screwdrivers. I have the iFlying 2D screwdrivers. So again, all the tools on here, I back 100%. So pick one up and I don't think you'll be disappointed. Now, to finish up the stream, I have one more thing to cover. 1 second while I flip the screen over. So we have the Gadget Repair Expo coming up. It's going to be, technically 14 days from now because today's the 30th. So it's October 13th and 14th, so it's Thursday and Friday in San Antonio, Texas. It's at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. I didn't put that detail on the slide, but that's a quick picture of the Riverwalk. If you've never been to San Antonio or seen the Riverwalk, it's a pretty cool place to see. So if you're kind of on the fence, I would go. In terms of different trade shows and expos that we have for our industry, what you'll find is a lot of them it's a mix of things. Like there's a prepaid direction, or it's selling new phones, things like that. This one is specific to repair. So you're going to find things from training to compliments to your repair business. And if you've been struggling this last year, not knowing how you're going to fill a gap that you have from previous years, this is the place to go to, because not only are there all kinds of vendors there's going to be all kinds of panels where the people talk about training, sales, credit, all kinds of things that are beneficial to your business. And even if if it's not something you're going to use directly, it might spark an idea at least. And then that way you're set going back. And the tickets are probably the most reasonable, I would say, that I've seen. Most convention tickets are in the $400 to $500 range. These start off at $100, and right now we have our coupon code available. It's WORKS50. If you use that code, you'll get half off of your ticket, so you'll actually get it for $50 instead of $100. So definitely take advantage of that now so you can get in while it's lower price, because I don't know how long that's going to last. So that's all I had for today's stream. I hope everyone enjoyed. I hope everyone has a good Friday and last day of September, and we'll see everyone next week for our first stream in October. Have a great weekend.